I wanted to throw up actually for yourself actually in a little discussion about this. So I think it was about a month or so ago, maybe a couple of months ago, we found out about the Oculus Rift pre-orders and how much it's going to cost. Now over here in the UK, including port tax and everything like that and everything, it's around about £500 to pre-order an Oculus Rift, and that will work on a high-end gaming PC. So you'll need something around about, again, prices over here, about £1,000 worth of PC, and then have to pay £500 for a PlayStation VR, an Oculus Rift. That's a pre-order, okay? Also, the HTC Vive VR headset just announced their pre-orders as well. And, of course, the HTC Vive VR is being developed in partnership with Valve. Their pre-orders are going for around about £689, and that's if you pre-order through the Steam store. But admittedly, with that, you get a couple of controllers and a couple of other little things with it as well. So you're looking around about £700 mark for that VR headset as well. But Sony are going to be hosting a PlayStation VR event on the 15th of March 2016 in San Francisco, California this month. So it's coming up soon. So we're probably going to find out loads of information on PlayStation VR. Well, I hope so, because it's the event for it.
Yeah, if you don't know something after that.
Let's talk about Uncharted. But no, so hopefully we'll find out loads of information about it there, and possibly a pre-order price. Now, I'm worried about throwing you questions because I know I'm going to get back from you. So, first question: if you had to predict a PlayStation VR price, we're going off the prices of Oculus Rift and HTC Vive, what would you say it's probably going to be its pre-order price?
They're probably going to try and undercut the likes of Oculus Rift. I mean, Oculus Rift is the one that had all the press to start with. PlayStation have picked it up. They're probably going to try and undercut them. So I'd reckon somewhere about the 400, possibly up to the 500, just coming just underneath Oculus Rift.
I was thinking exactly the same. I think they're going to have to come in
probably a 399, something like that.
Yeah.
Would be my guess.
I was thinking about £350 to £399 myself. Like you said, they're going to have to undercut them because the motto of PlayStation is for the gamers.
Yeah.
Now, if gamers can't afford it, it's not really for the gamers.
No.
So yeah, we're sort of thinking about the similar sort of aspect there. £350 to £400.
Yeah,
they've got to undercut.
They've got to come on under Oculus Rift on price. They've got to.
Plus, again, not stereotyping people with different sort of machines, but a PC gamer is usually a little bit more the hardcore gamer. Is that stereotyping a bit too much? But it's kind of they're willing to pay a bit more.
If they've got a high end gaming rig, they've thrown some money at it. They're not. Yeah, it's another piece of kit. They're going to throw some more money at it.
Whereas I'd say the console gamer is more casual. They won't be willing to pay, in certain circumstances now, pay more for a piece of hardware for the console, which would be more than what the console they would pay for now. Well, obviously, when I bought the PlayStation 4, it was about £350 to £400.
Yeah,
I think, if I remember correctly. Now you can pick it up for £300.
Yeah.
Now, if the the PlayStation VR is £350, that's £50 more than the actual console.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see what level they go for. But like you say, I think they're going to have to undercut Oculus. So your prediction is that. But the more interesting question: what would you be willing to pay for the device? Go ahead.
Yeah. I'd want change from 50.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're not interested in PlayStation VR?
No, I'm afraid.
Why? What doesn't pull you into the VR aspect of gaming?
It's a gimmick.
Ooh. Not pulling any punches, are you?
It's a gimmick. It's up there with the PlayStation Eye and the Xbox Move and dance mats. It's a gimmick, and I don't think it's going to do gamers any good.
Right. Okay.
Yes, we're already sort of stereotyped as cave-dwelling people with bad eyesight.
We
that
have
don't
got
get
bad
to-
eyesight. What do you mean you've
But
got
yeah.
terrible eyesight?
Fine, I can see all three of you.
We need to set up the whiskey before the show.
But we're stereotyped as people who sit on our own with a TV in our own worlds.
Mm-hmm.
You put a VR headset on, you really are in your own world.
That's true.
And it's as antisocial as you can get.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to do gaming any good as an image.
Mm-hmm.
You're sat there in your living room on your sofa with your VR headset on, completely ignoring the world around you.
That sounds like place.
On some ways, yes, it's appealing to the
fair
gaming
enough, that's fair
nature,
enough.
but I just don't see it.
I can see where you're coming from though. Like with previous sort of other devices they've tried to throw at it, like you say with there was the PlayStation Move, the Xbox Kinect.
That's the one.
I think the only sort of console that managed to get away with it was Nintendo Wii. Then they tried to move it up with Nintendo Wii U, and it's just not worked.
Yeah.
So yeah, new devices and new elements of gaming haven't really kicked off. What my interest is that I think it comes down to the games. If there's developers behind it making games which are interesting and fun, which works well with the Oculus and PlayStation VR and the HTC Vive, as long as they have the games to play, then I think it's worth it. And I think it's an interesting enough experience that I think it's not going to revolutionize gaming, but it'll be something new and a new element for gaming. I can see you were thinking, shut the fuck up. But it's I think it's interesting enough that
it's an interesting concept. I like the idea is good.
Mm-hmm.
There's the I want to look around.
Mm-hmm. A game that I would like to play if I got a PlayStation VR, and I'd like it to be compatible with. I don't know if it would be or not, but if it is, would be Alien Isolation, for example. Because a game like that very
atmospheric.
Yeah, and it's a single player game anyway.
Yeah,
and it's very sort of isolated and very sort of.
There's no breaking the immersion if you've got VR.
Exactly, and you were saying like with the internet and everything like that, and it's like it breaks your immersion. But with a game such as that, it's very pull. It has to pull you in.
Yeah,
it would work for a game like that, and even in some ways, Minecraft. So I'd like it in Minecraft.
That'll make your eyes bleed.
Well, yeah, it would be sort of like, oh my god.
You'll be seeing life in pixels.
Yeah,
individual
but
pixels.
It just again another element of looking at it would be interesting enough.
It's an interesting concept. It's it's a clever gimmick.
Okay, I can see where you're coming from. My opinion is the opposite. I think, hopefully, touch wood. I touched the table, by the way, just in case you can't see on camera. I do hope that it does find its own niche and its own element of the gaming industry.
Yeah,
because
I can see it at things like the competition level.
Mm-hmm.
That could be quite good at the that level.
Mm-hmm.
But
I hope they just don't release games such as.
There's going to be a handful of games.
Yeah, I just hope they're going to be like the roller coaster game.
So there's going to be roller coasters. There's
On
going
rails
to be flying possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a shooter.
I think it's going to be good for horror games.
Horror games, yeah.
Outlast, another one would be a really, really good game.
Wow.
Yes, Roger will be pooing his pants.
with a free jump start kit for your heart start kit.
Why are you crying, Roger?
Oh, make it go away.
But again, games like that, it would add that extra layer of entertainment.
Yeah, it would.
Would it be worth £350 to £400 though?
No.
All depends on the game.
No.
Alien Isolation though would be really good. That would be really good.
But £400 to have the TV strapped to your face. Give me some duct tape. I can do that for you. Duct tape's what, £5?
Yeah, well, yeah, good. You'd be well up on money on that one.
So,
do you basically price range prediction? be interested to see how that pans out. You were not interested in picking it up in the slightest.
No.
If it's around about the 350, I'd be umming and ahhing about it. I'd be like, still a bit expensive.
I'd be booking you into the psych ward.
If we're pushing the £300 mark, I would be interested in picking it up. And I mean on day one if it was released at £300. But mainly because I class myself as a bit of an early adopter when it comes to it. And I can't afford £500 for an Oculus Rift. My PC can't run it.
No.
It's not powerful enough. The HTC Vive, I can't afford £689. Just like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't earn enough money to do that. But £300 for an experience
it's an entry level.
Yeah, it'd be nice. And also, there's other games which again, we haven't seen the full thing of what they're wanting to implement this into present games. It wouldn't surprise me if certain games, like a third person game, such as Watch Dogs or the new game Horizon New Dawn, that they increase the actual range of the screen. So you still have your resolution the same and your characters there, but what happens if you can see a much larger screen?
Yeah.
Now that would be nice. That'd be quite an interesting aspect for them to go down the lines of.
Yeah.
Just things like that. It's like that element of it, and also all being full 3D. It's quite, again, a nice element to it. So I'd be more willing to get it if it was about £300. £350. It's only £50 more, but it's pushing me at that point. I'm like, it's more than the actual what PS4 costs now. So
yeah, no accessory should cost more than the console.
Yeah, that's my concern.
Yeah.
The problem is we could be entirely wrong, and they could bang it out at Oculus Rift price, £500.
Yeah.
If they do that, I think Sony are in trouble.
Yeah, that kind of price, they're sort of that sort of price is its own prediction. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be popular enough to bring it down.
No, I don't think.
Yeah,
it's
not costing them £500 to make.
Well, that's I don't. Well, it'd be interesting to see what actually their. Well, the thing is, it's not actually to create it, but it's the development time. Costs, which will
the development costs are massive.
Exactly, and it's trying to earn that back.
Yeah,
which will be the problem.
£500, they're trying to earn it back quickly.
Yeah,
I think
Sony are going to have to take maybe a bit of a cut. On this, a bit of a not maybe lose money on it, but taking, like you say, not earn back their development costs as quickly as they maybe hope. So maybe if £300, I would be interested. £350, I'd be waiting. But okay, final thoughts. When do you think it's going to be released?
Well, the fact that they're showcasing it is later this month.
Promising.
It's promising. Yeah, they've got enough units physically there to showcase them. That's telling you somewhere.
Well, the rumours through PlayStation is that it's ready.
Yeah.
That it is actually ready. They're just waiting now for the games.
Yeah.
Which I think is a smart move. Like, if you've got it ready, just wait. Your rivalries have gone up high.
Yeah. So you need a dozen games to launch with.
Exactly. You need to be coming out with
don't want to
a
launch
good
with
package
3 games.
and throwing them out. My prediction is, you see, I'm still, again, like I said, with the No Man's Sky, I think PlayStation VR is going to be No Man's Sky compatible. That's why I think No Man's Sky has had such a delay.
Yeah, that is possible, yeah.
And it wouldn't surprise me if you could, once they release it, they'll do a bundle, PlayStation VR with No Man's Sky.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
So I'm thinking June of this year.
I possibly...
April, May, June. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's possibly a bit early. I would say possible for Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas launch.
Okay.
It's launch end of November.
Well, we will find out.
We will.
On the 15th of March.